Las Vegas, a city born from dreams and sin. Picture this: a city alive with lights where dreams dance on the edge of disaster and the air vibrates with the promise of escape. This is Las Vegas, a place that began as a tiny desert outpost and transformed into the entertainment capital of the world. It's a city that dares to blend glitz with grit, where millionaires rub shoulders with those chasing their luck. Here, Elvis Presley became a legend, Frank Sinatra set the standard for cool, and the dreams of millions have been made and broken. Las Vegas's journey started in the 1940s. It was a time when the world was recovering from war and people craved a place to forget their troubles. Las Vegas answered that call. It began as a small cluster of hotels and clubs along what would become the famous Strip. At first, it was a place where the military personnel stationed nearby could find some fun. But soon, it caught the attention of the broader public. This was a city where the rules were different, where you could gamble, drink, and see shows that would never see the light of day in more conservative towns. The early days of Las Vegas were marked by a mix of shady dealings and dazzling entertainment. Organized crime had a strong grip on the city. The mob owned many of the casinos and hotels. It was a time when the lines between legality and illegality were blurred. But amidst this chaos, the magic of entertainment began to thrive. Stars like Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, along with jazz legends, flocked to Vegas, drawing crowds eager for a night of excitement. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, became a pivotal figure in Vegas's evolution. His first visit in 1956 marked the beginning of a love affair between the city and its music icons. Elvis's performances were electric, drawing huge crowds and cementing Vegas as a must-visit destination for music lovers. His presence on the Strip helped shift the city's image from a seedy hideaway to a global entertainment hub. The 1960s saw Las Vegas continue to evolve. The city began to modernize, with new, larger hotels and showrooms pushing the boundaries of what a casino could be. The Mirage, with its volcano and lush tropical gardens, was a marvel of its time. This was also the era when Las Vegas started to attract bigger names in entertainment. Frank Sinatra, the ultimate icon of cool, made his home here, drawing fans from all over the world. Yet behind the dazzling lights and glittering shows, Las Vegas had a darker side. The city's growth was fueled by gambling, and with it came problems like addiction and crime. The mob's influence, while waning, still cast a long shadow. The city's treatment of its workers, especially women known as showgirls, was often harsh and exploitative. Despite these issues, Las Vegas kept reinventing itself, always pushing the envelope. The 1970s and 1980s brought more change. The city diversified its entertainment offerings, with comedy shows and more family-friendly attractions. Las Vegas became a place where you could find everything from high-stakes poker to roller coasters. Elvis's comeback in the 1969 season at the International Hotel was a testament to his enduring appeal. His shows here were some of his most memorable, drawing fans who had followed him through the decades. As we look back, it's clear that Las Vegas was more than just a city of casinos. It was a place that redefined entertainment, where the impossible became possible. It's a city that has always dared to be different, to push boundaries, and to offer a glimpse of a world where anything can happen. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global destination, Las Vegas's story is one of dreams, daring, and the relentless pursuit of the next big thing. Elvis Presley, often called the king of rock and roll, was more than just a singer. He was a phenomenon. Born in 1935 in a small town in Mississippi, Elvis grew up in humble circumstances but had a voice that would capture the hearts of millions. His journey began in the 1950s when rock and roll was just starting to shake up the music world. Before Elvis, music was mostly divided into different genres for different races, but he crossed those lines, blending country, blues, and gospel to create a sound that was new and exciting. In 1956, Elvis made his big move to Las Vegas, a city that was becoming the entertainment capital of the world. Las Vegas was a place where anything could happen, and it was here that Elvis would leave his mark. At first, he performed in smaller clubs but quickly moved to bigger venues like the famous Sahara Hotel. His shows were a mix of music and charisma, drawing in crowds from all over. Elvis wasn't just singing, he was putting on a show with his flashy suits and moves that became iconic. Las Vegas was a city of dreams and excess, and it was the perfect backdrop for Elvis's rise. The city had a unique relationship with show business, offering a place where stars could shine brightly and often outside the norms of mainstream America. For Elvis, Las Vegas was both a launching pad and a home away from home. He performed there more than 500 times, making it one of the most frequent stops on his career journey. The Vegas shows were not just about the music. They were a spectacle with elaborate sets and costumes. Elvis's performances were known for their energy and showmanship. He would often interact with the audience, making them feel part of the experience. This connection with fans was a key part of his success. People didn't just come to hear him sing, they came to see the king perform. However, Elvis's time in Las Vegas wasn't without controversy. The city had ties to organized crime, and Las Vegas was often seen as a place where the lines between legitimate business and illegal activities were blurred. Elvis was aware of this, and it affected his life in many ways. The stress and the lifestyle took a toll on him, impacting his health and personal relationships. Despite the challenges, Elvis remained a cultural icon. His influence extended beyond music. He changed fashion, dance, and even how people viewed television. In the 1960s, Elvis returned to Vegas for a comeback that would solidify his status. The 1969 show at the International Hotel was a big deal, marking his return to the city that had given him so much. This performance was captured on film and broadcast, reaching millions of viewers and proving that even after a decade, Elvis still had the power to captivate. Elvis's impact on Las Vegas was profound. He helped transform the city's image, moving it from a place known for its shady dealings to a global entertainment hub. His shows were a mix of glamour and grit, reflecting the diverse and sometimes rough nature of the city itself. For many, Elvis was the embodiment of Las Vegas, a place where dreams could come true, but where the line between reality and illusion was often blurred. In the years following his Vegas comeback, Elvis continued to evolve as an artist. He experimented with different styles of music and even ventured into acting, starring in several movies. While his movie career wasn't always successful, his music remained powerful. Songs like Can't Help Falling in Love and Suspicion showed his versatility and continued relevance. Elvis's influence on other musicians was immense. The Beatles, one of the most famous bands of the era, were deeply inspired by him. They even traveled to see him perform in Las Vegas, an experience that left a lasting impression. Elvis's ability to connect with audiences and push boundaries set a standard that many artists would strive to match. As the 1970s approached, Elvis faced personal and professional challenges. His health began to decline, and his behavior became more erratic. Yet, even in his later years, he managed to produce music that remained popular. His final Vegas show in 1971 was a testament to his enduring appeal, drawing a large crowd despite the rumors of his failing health. Elvis Presley's time in Las Vegas was a pivotal part of his career. It was a place where he found success, faced challenges, and left an indelible mark on the city and the world of entertainment. His legacy continues to inspire, reminding us of a time when music, showmanship, and the American dream were intertwined in a dazzling display of talent and charisma. Let's talk about a book that dives deep into the world of Las Vegas and its legendary figures. This book isn't just any ordinary tale, it's a vibrant snapshot of glitz, glamour, and the gritty reality behind the sparkle. Authored by Richard Zoglin, it's a journey through the lives of those who made Las Vegas the dazzling city it is today. To understand this book, think of it as a movie but with real people and real stories. Just like in movies, there are stars, in this case, stars of music and entertainment who lit up the Las Vegas stage. One of the biggest names is Frank Sinatra. Sinatra isn't just a name, he's a legend. The book shows how he transformed from a struggling performer to the king of Vegas, captivating audiences with his charisma and voice. It talks about his ups and downs, his relationships, and how he became more than just a singer. He was a cultural icon, but Sinatra wasn't alone. The book introduces us to a cast of characters, each with their own story. There's Elvis Presley, known as the king of rock and roll, whose presence in Vegas was nothing short of explosive. The book describes how his performances were electric, drawing huge crowds and changing the way concerts were put on. Then there's Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, known as the Rat Pack. This group was like a team of friends who performed together and became famous for their humor and music. The book paints a picture of their camaraderie and how they entertained not just in Vegas, but on television too, becoming household names. Las Vegas itself is a character in this story. The city is portrayed as a place of dreams where anything can happen, but like any dream, it has its shadows. The book doesn't shy away from the darker sides, like the influence of organized crime. It shows how the mob was deeply involved in running casinos and how this affected the lives of entertainers. Music plays a huge role throughout the book. From classic tunes like Strangers in the Night, sung by Sinatra, to the upbeat rhythms of the Supremes, music is the heartbeat of Las Vegas. The book explains how songs became more than just background noise. They were part of the experience, often written specifically for Vegas shows. The book also takes us behind the scenes of famous venues like the Sands Hotel and the Tropicana. These places were more than just places to gamble or eat. They were stages for unforgettable performances. It describes the excitement of walking down the Strip, the thrill of entering a grand casino, and the magic that happened on stage. As we read through, we learn about the evolution of Vegas. It wasn't always the glittering city it is today. The book takes us from the early days when Vegas was a small town to its rise as a global entertainment capital. It shows how the city adapted over time, changing with the tastes of the public and the talents of its performers. Throughout all this, the book reminds us that behind the glitz, there are real people with real stories. It's about ambition, creativity, and sometimes the tough realities of fame. It's a reminder that Las Vegas, with all its dazzle, is built on the efforts and dreams of those who dared to perform, to sing, and to entertain. In the end, this book is not just about Las Vegas or its famous faces. It's about the power of performance, the allure of dreams, and the complex tapestry of a city that continues to captivate the world. Just like the city itself, the stories in this book are multifaceted, rich, and full of life.